Uma das suas personagens, em relação a um dos temas centrais do filme, diz: artistas nunca perdem o controle do tempo. O senhor concorda com essa frase? E o senhor, que é um artista, como lida com o tempo e com o controle talvez ilusório do tempo aos 85 anos?
I believe that it's a fact that from the beginning of history, the first artists basically wanted to stop time. In some cave, there's a painting of a gazelle running fast, and we see the gazelle stopped. So in painting, a moment of time and stopped. And later in other arts, in cinema, or in drama, very often plays go back in time and tell you what happened first and then go back to what happened before, or start with what happened first. So plays in cinema manipulate time at convenience. The great Goethe, German genius, said architecture is frozen music. And when you think about it and look at a beautiful piece of architecture, Notre Dame, you realize it's a symphony frozen. And dance is movement with time and space. So all artists can control time and do control time. Businessmen and lawyers and corporations are billed by time and earn money by time. Let them do that. For me, artists control time and always will control time. Will control time.
Por falar em tempo, como a gente sabe, esse é um projeto longevo que surgiu há mais de 40 anos e que custou mais de 120 milhões. Por que o senhor levou todo esse tempo para desenvolver esse projeto e como é que ele foi amadurecendo nesses anos todos até chegar a ser o que a gente vê na tela?
Well, there's a lot of misunderstanding. As you know, in journalism, there is something called the file. And people write something and it becomes part of the file. Then when another journalist writes a story, they quote from the file, and the file is quoted years and years and years in a row, which means something that is untrue may end up becoming truth merely because of journalistic peculiarity. So much that is said about this picture is like that, and is not true. I didn't work on this movie for 40 years. What I did do is having been a filmmaker who made movies in different styles, I was curious what my style would be. And so I quit after John Grisham's The Rainmaker, and I thought I would just experiment and learn more about my style and cinema. And I did that. And in the course of doing it, I thought, maybe I could come up with an idea that would be a personal movie that I could write. And eventually, after keeping notebooks of lots of articles I read, books I was reading, images I saw, I had 8 notebooks of just ideas. I came upon the idea of making a Roman epic, but set in modern Rome, modern America, excuse me. And just as they have always said, you know, in the past, all roads lead to Rome. After World War II, all roads led to America. And I was curious if I made this film with the costumes of the great Milena Cananero and with imagery of a kind of American Rome, that would be an interesting fable to discuss some serious problems and ideas that I saw in humanity, namely the fact that we seem to be controlled by this notion of money, when we know that money didn't even exist 3,000 years ago. We existed 300,000 years, but it has only been written history for 10,000 years. I'm sorry, you know, these are not easy things to talk about, you know. I mean, I can give you the fast answer, but I feel she wants to hear what really happened rather than this fake stuff that we live in. Anyway, what it comes down to is that I realized 2 things were important. One is that we are one family. Everyone around the world, no matter what color they are, or what their skin or eyes look like, we are one human family with the same 2 grandparents 300,000 years ago, and that we are a family of geniuses. And I am very disturbed that no one ever says we are geniuses. The reason they don't say it is because it's very hard to sell to geniuses because they're unhappy, because our business is selling a little bit of happiness to them. And so to sell it, you have to keep them unhappy, and then they make good customers. So I feel that we can solve any problem given to us, and we can make a world of what Megalópolis says. It's time, it's time to have a debate about the future, and we need everyone to be part of that debate.
Eu sei que o senhor tem gostado bastante de falar sobre Curitiba, mas como é minha última pergunta, eu quero te ouvir sobre um outro assunto. Como é que devem ser ou deveriam ser as cidades do futuro diante de um contexto real de emergência climática, de enchentes, de secas extremas, com milhões de pessoas em risco no mundo?
Well, I don't feel there is one problem that the world is looking at now that we are not capable of solving if we are allowed to discuss the reasons why it's happening. There is a notion that we are free and we're able to discuss things. What we talk about is very much controlled by people who control money. And as long as we think money is valuable, we'll do what we have to earn that money. I was a person who didn't care about money, and that's why I made the picture. It's not because I'm as rich as George Lucas or some many billionaires. I'm not, but I value things more than money, and I don't care about money. So I'm able to. There's a line in Megalópolis: when you leap into the unknown, you prove you are free. I am free. Everyone else I know is a slave to money.
Thank you so much,
My
Mr.
pleasure.
Coppola.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you.